Kawhi Leonard. In 2019, this man was untouchable, and the crazy thing is, he didn't even want to be in Toronto. When Kawhi Leonard was with the Spurs in 2017, he was wreaking havoc. He was arguably the best player in the league that season. He finished top 3 in MVP voting, he finished top 3 in DPOY voting, and he led his team to a 61-win season. This was a career year for the Claw, but the only thing on Kawhi's mind was to take down the team everyone had their eyes on. This series started off looking great for the Spurs. In Game 1, they were up 21 points in the third quarter on the road, and Kawhi Leonard looked unstoppable. But, unfortunately, all good things must come to an end.
Leonard fires from the corner. And Leonard goes down again. And he's in pain again in front of the Spurs bench.
Without Kawhi, the Spurs crumbled and lost this game in devastating fashion. The Warriors were too much for a team missing their superstar, and especially a team that missed their superstar for the rest of the series. Yes, that injury subsequently forced Kawhi to sit out the remainder of the series. It was unfortunate. Kawhi's season was snatched away from him, and the Spurs season ended shortly after his did, as they fell victim to a sweep. This was embarrassing, but it wasn't the end of the suffering in San Antonio. In the following year, Kawhi missed most of the 2018 regular season, but it wasn't the ankle injury that sidelined him for so long. It was a mysterious quad injury, and the way he handled it throughout the season rubbed the Spurs the wrong way. It created a rift in the franchise, and that rift caused Kawhi Leonard to demand a trade. His preferred destination was the Lakers, but San Antonio didn't care. They wanted the best package, and the team offering that package was Toronto.
Said I get more ass than niggas get cash, just call me a Casanova. Know that I'm finna spaz when I get the cash, can't wait till rats get closer. Got 50 on the ass, my bitch got a bag, she ain't rockin' Fashion Nova. Go and take a whole bag, she ain't got a chance, my nigga no capping on no. Okay.
Kawhi Leonard with Toronto was a monster. Every single dribble move, every hesitation, every shot, it seemed calculated. When he committed second-degree murder on a guy trying to protect the rim, it seemed premeditated. The way he moved seemed mechanical. The way he played wasn't normal. It was like he was being controlled by someone else. But he wasn't. He was just a man trying to win. And he did everything he could to make that happen. Like having huge performances, especially the one against Utah. In this game, he had a career-high 45 points against the reigning DPOY. This game was a message. It was a message to anyone in Kawhi Leonard's way that you cannot stop him. And when the Raptors matched up with the reigning champions, that same message rang true.
Kawhi Leonard looking for his shot. It's played well by Jones, but got it away. He spent 3 years with the Raptors. Nice move here by Leonard and knocks it down. Leonard played by Bell, shoots the 3 and hits.
Both Kawhi and Durant again embracing the moment for the big play, just like that by Kawhi. Durant wants that matchup defensively, you gotta love it.
Leonard over Durant.
Kawhi wants that matchup offensively, you gotta love it.
This game was a thriller. It was back and forth, but ultimately the Raptors threw the last punch, and Kawhi was a big reason why. In this game, he had 37 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists on 70% true shooting. This man was undoubtedly ready for the moment, but some moments for a man like Kawhi were too much for him to handle.
Trying to pick up
Trader.
Trader. But the feeling is he is very happy in San Antonio. Shot clock at 1. DeRozan with the left hand over the score.
What a great feeling. More importantly, put pressure on the defense by driving like that.
DeRozan, played by Ibaka on a switch. DeRozan pops it hard. Counts and the foul. 8 from the field. He has 10 points. Nice ball by DeRozan, and he scored.
Let's remember, they're one of the best teams in the league. And right now, San Antonio is just executing. And because of that man right there, DeRozan, he learned what we already knew, and that is this is a team game.
This game was personal. It was personal for Kawhi, and it was personal for the Spurs. But, unfortunately for Kawhi, the Spurs made it more personal than him, and as a result, they won in a landslide. It was embarrassing. Kawhi was booed as his team was down 20 practically the whole game. However, this game wasn't everything. One bad game doesn't change the outcome of a season. And the outcome of the regular season for Kawhi and the Raptors was a good one, even though Kawhi missed a fair portion of it. And the reason why he missed so many games was load management. Load management is when you deliberately set out games to manage an injury. And in Kawhi's case, it was the same quad injury that plagued him the previous season. Because of it, Kawhi played 60 games and missed 22. During those 60 games, the Raptors had a record of 41-19, which is a winning percentage of nearly 70%. This nearly mirrored their overall record of 58-24. But that doesn't mean Kawhi Leonard didn't have an impact on winning. It just means the Raptors were able to maintain their level of play for brief periods throughout the regular season. This was a deep team. They had Kyle Lowry, Serge Ibaka, a former DPOY, a rising star, and so many other pieces. This team could be special, but the key to unlocking the potential of this team is none other than Kawhi Leonard. And he's ready to show the world what he is made of. This series against the 7th-seeded Magic was a quick one. After losing Game 1 in stunning fashion, the Raptors won 4 straight and ended the series. But the team waiting for them in the next round was looking to make a statement. The 76ers were seen as title contenders. I mean, they were stacked. They had Jimmy Butler, Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, and JJ Redick. This team was going to be tough to take down, but in Game 1, Kawhi was ready for whatever was thrown at him.
7-0 burst by Philly. Leonard in for the rack attack. I think Toronto is comfortable with Embiid shooting from the outside and settling at times. Leonard squares, connects on an island. Leonard, Marjanovic ranged over, but it's one-on-one. It's a fade, and he makes it look so easy.
Hey, against this Raptors team.
Leonard squares and hits. We're down to 4:20 to play here in the fourth. Leonard, head and shoulder fake, hangs, gets the bounce. 45 for Kawhi Leonard.
45 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and 1 block. Kawhi Leonard this game was unstoppable. Every possession he had the ball felt like it would end in a make. The 76ers were helpless against him. But after this game, the script began to flip on the Raptors and they lost the next 2 games with Joel Embiid and Jimmy Butler leading the way. That statement in Game 1 felt like it lost its weight. It felt like it was a fluke. However, when you have Kawhi on your team, anything is possible.
Simmons pressing up on Leonard. Embiid switches, fires a long one. Nothing but net. Kawhi not.
Kawhi Leonard in Game 4 had his back against the wall and responded. In this game, he had 39 points, 14 rebounds, and 5 assists. In a hostile environment, he showed up and dominated. He set the tone early, and the Raptors followed suit. This game was close, but they held on to that lead late in the fourth and tied the series at 2 apiece. Now, heading into Game 5, the Raptors were back in Toronto, and they won. But with how this series had been going, you wouldn't have expected this game to be so lopsided. The Raptors won by 36 points. This wasn't just domination, it was straight up embarrassment. And the 76ers didn't take that well. Nobody would. So when Game 6 came around in Philadelphia, the 76ers returned the favor and gave the Raptors a taste of their own medicine.
And a well-deserved standing ovation from the Philly faithful because the Sixers played lights out.
This wasn't as bad as a beatdown as Game 5 was, but they were up double digits basically the whole game. That being said, the 76ers winning this game means there will be a... Game 7s are special because anything can happen, and in this game the possibilities are endless. The 76ers could win in a blowout, the Raptors could win in a blowout, but that's unlikely. These 2 teams are too evenly matched for that to happen. It would most likely come down to the wire, and that was certainly the case in this game. However, someone has to win. Who was it going to be?
It's off to Leonard, defended by Simmons. Is this the dagger?
This shot ended the series. It hit the rim 4 times. The tension in the air was thick, and when it finally went in, the arena exploded. It was a moment, and the only thing Kawhi could do in this moment was yell at the top of his lungs. He was finally showing some emotion, and he should, because Kawhi did everything he could. In this game, he had 41 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals. Kawhi Leonard and the Raptors had won, but there was no time for celebrating, because in the next round they had to face the first seeded Milwaukee Bucks and the MVP. Early in this series, the Bucks seemed like they were too much to handle, because in the first 2 games they dominated the Raptors. It was bad. They had a 2-0 series lead, even though Kawhi scored 31 in both games. This was not a good sign. But after this, the Raptors made an adjustment, and that adjustment was for Kawhi Leonard to guard the Greek Freak. This adjustment changed the trajectory of the series. The Raptors looked completely different, and in Game 3, Kawhi kept his promise. He contained Giannis to 12 points on 31% shooting from the field, while he scored 36 points in a close victory. Kawhi and the Raptors flipped a switch, and in Game 4 they continued their assault and won the game by 18 points. This game wasn't even close, and the series was now tied at 2 apiece. This matchup was now flipped on its head, and the winner would now need to win the next 2 out of 3. But the Raptors won Game 5 behind Kawhi Leonard's 35 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists, and 2 steals, which means the Bucks would have to win 2 in a row. But we both know that's not happening.
Here's Leonard trying to go to his left, pulls it back, and hits! Siakam sets the pick. Leonard, yes. Leonard moving hard to locate shots, and hits! It counts, and the foul. Back comes Middleton, goes behind the back, and lost it! Steal! He has Giannis behind him, just let it be! Ovation by Kawhi Leonard!
Kawhi Leonard and the Raptors are now going to the NBA Finals. This is a special moment, but how they got here is even more special. Winning 4 straight against the #1 seed is an accomplishment. However, winning in the finals against a team that essentially caused you to leave the Spurs in shame is an even bigger accomplishment, and that's exactly what he aims to do. This series was personal because the last time he faced the Warriors in the playoffs, he got injured, and that injury was the catalyst for the downward spiral that led him to leave the Spurs in shame, and that led him here to the finals against the Warriors. And in the first game, the Raptors edged out the Warriors by 9 points with Pascal Siakam leading the way. Kawhi Leonard contributed as well, but he wasn't the leading performer of this game. But in Game 2, that would change. The leading performer this time was Kawhi, but the Raptors didn't win. They lost by 5 points, and the series was now tied at 1 apiece heading to the Bay. After this game, Nick Nurse spoke to the team and said the goal was to split their next 2 games on the road. But Kawhi responded by saying, "F that, let's get them both." And indeed, they did.
Leonard gets away from Bell, and throws it down with a foul. The explosion to the rim. Leonard for 3, knocks it down. Leonard trying to get the ball, Curry's on him. Here comes a double team. Leonard trying to split. Almost traveled Van Vliet, throws it up. Oh, he puts it in! A rainbow from Van Vliet. His team down by 11. Hits again! Only 4 to Toronto. Leonard knocks down another 3.
Kawhi Leonard in these 2 games averaged about 33 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. This was a man on a mission. Nothing could make him falter. He was so close to winning another title. He could taste it. But he'd have to wait a little longer because in Game 5, the Raptors lost a close game at home. And Game 6 was just as close as Game 5 in the closing moments, but the Raptors held on to that 1-point lead and were gifted free throws with 9/10 of a second remaining. All Kawhi needed to do was seal the deal and make all 3, and that's exactly what he did. Kawhi Leonard is now a 2-time champion. He is now a Toronto legend. He is.
Man,
Last summer, man, was going through a lot. And, you know, I had a great support system. I just kept working hard, and had my mind set on this goal right here. I came to a team, a new coach. That mindset was the same as mine, trying to get that Larry O.B. over there. And, you know, this is what I play basketball for. This is what I work out for all summer during the season. And I'm happy that my hard work paid off.